All right, David Kim playing as Japan. Again, going against CSO playing as English. This is surprisingly it's this map. The
Whoa!
Dry Arabia.
What map? Are we playing Dry Arabia?
The Dry
again?
Arabia. Well, yes, surprisingly. I didn't expect that, honestly. Like I said, I'm very, very interested to see how these two go. I'm imagining that English will want to get that castle so they can get, of course, like you said, those crossbowmen. Because as soon as you get those crossbowmen against Japan, I feel like it's lights out for Japan. Now, they do have, of course, the Onimusha, which are just great, and they're amazing for raiding. I don't know if you guys have ever raided with Onimusha, but man, oh man, can you get some work done? Especially since they're so quick, and they have that sweet buff. So hopefully we see some sweet, sweet Japan Onimusha action as well.
Now, hopefully we do get that opportunity because we know a good Onimusha push is so aggressive and amazing to experience. So guys, I am ready for it. Now, for all of you who are subscribing and following, I appreciate you guys. We also just hit our 25% of our sub goal for the channel. Guys, every single sub that you give to this channel goes back into the tournaments. And yeah, we hope to make this a long-lived partnership with ourselves because Beastie and I basically take every bit of money that, I take every bit of money I get from my stream and I put it back in. And he puts his money down and lets me do stuff in Age of Empires as well. I appreciate that. So,
what a fella.
Look at that
honestly.
font, guys. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I might update the font, though. The font is looking a little bit funky. So, yes.
Funky's
now,
good.
The funky's always good. Now, we see both of them getting ready to age up a little bit closer. And, what are we going to be seeing from our English player? Make a call. Quickly, before he pops it down.
It's going to be the Evil Council Hall. 100%.
Oh my gosh.
Ain't no way he's going... Ooh.
Wow. Council Hall. Council Hall. Okay,
yes.
Drow's getting perma-banned if he's wrong, guys. So let's see.
What?
Oh, that's a perma, Drow. That's a perma. I'm sorry.
Hey.
It was nice having you.
Thanks for casting, Drow. It was
He's out, boys. It's goodbye.
Oh, man.
Oh, damn.
I wanted to see it so badly, but I guess that is more for the English aggression. English aggression.
Mm-hmm.
The Abbey of Kings might get a couple of stone boys over there.
Ooh, what does this mean, good sir?
You talking about that? Well, so Japan, for those of you that don't know, do also get gold from stone, so that's actually quite nice. But he's got to get that second TC out, right?
He has to, because if you're playing against Japan, they just have such a diverse set of choices here. Now, this could mean that we have a fast castle Japan. It does mean that we could have something else, but no, the man isn't thinking about fast castle because he's just following up with exactly what the English is doing. Now, the question is this going to be a second TC? Or are we going to get an upgraded TC with a little bit of a, what is that, bannerman? Now, honestly, we've only been seeing bannerman. I haven't seen a second TC Japan in a very long time. But with his focus on the wood, I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, there's 2 on gold right now. It feels... I'm conflicted. And I don't think either of us are qualified to say anything about it, right? We just have to watch and see. Yeah.
It's nice to speculate sometimes, though. It's nice to guess what these Chads are doing because they do play so dang creatively, which is why they're in the position they are now. So seeing the different things they do is flipping. Yep, there it is. Daimo Manor, man.
Yeah, and this is why match history matters. Because we look at the previous matches and we're like, yes, people only go for the Daimo Manor. Now, we do see the villager getting cancelled so that the free one can pop out and then being queued up. Because if you queue up a villager after your Daimo, you actually get villager blocked in a way. You need to make sure that the one pops out before the others join the battle. Now, the king takes a lot longer to spawn now. How are you feeling about English, Mr. Drow?
Okay, so I actually had a discussion with my community yesterday about this, because as you know, I'm a busy man. I'll just call it as is. I'm a busy man. I love busies. They're the greatest civ in the world. However, I do, because like you suggested last time, I don't know if you remember, but you suggested Drow. go onto this ladder with English. And I was like, maybe. I didn't want to do any cheeses. I wanted to learn English naturally. I don't like doing cheeses. I try not to do cheeses, at least.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm talked into it. I do really like English. I gotta say, microing longbow is the single most satisfying thing. That and javelin throw is close second in this game. Absolutely love it.
Ain't that the truth? You know,
It's just so lovely.
being able to move those longbows is such an intricate part of English, and I think a lot of people just say, "Oh, you just spam longbows," but it's so satisfying to move them and be able to use all your formations perfectly. And guys, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Cascade, you already helped so much. We appreciate that so much too. And look at that shield just absorbing that big snack attack from the king. The charge barely scraped the man. His shield dropped down, and he's just going to run out and run around to try and go harass some villagers in a few more seconds.
That lethal king on the map is a very scary thing. Now, I do know that they, of course, like you said, they increased the time that it comes out, but that doesn't make it any less lethal. Getting that nice healing aura from the Abbey of Kings is not too shabby either. Being able to retreat back into that.
Yeah, the moment he takes damage, he can just go back, live his best life under the Abbey if he wanted to, but he doesn't need to. He's got that passive healing aura. He can do his own thing. Now, this bannerman just allows our little Japanese player to, I say little because he's Puppypaw, and he's not little at all. This man is the scariest man under the sun, as we will see him in the EGC Winners Finals later this weekend against his brother, Mr. Wham. But now the king does have to back off, and behind all of this, the Japanese is able to go for castle, which is pretty amazing considering all of this. Now he's going to be able to go for castle. The English is doing exactly the same. CSO responding to Puppypaw's decisions, but now the thing is, you do get those natural little monks that can go pick up the relics. So even if Puppypaw gets to castle, he's going to have that advantage over English about picking up those relics. And this guy is just a little bit scarier than a king.
Yes, those bannermen are quite terrifying. Now, that Puppypaw, CSO, it does have that second TC. So that's quite nice. However, like Japan has those Yoshiro bonus too, so obviously Puppypaw can just throw that Yoshiro in the TC if he wanted to. Get that sweet villager bonus. I don't think we will see that though.
Yeah, no, these guys are high-level decision-making, definitely neither of our fortes, as we are a little bit of we scrape the ground with our playstyles, but we do learn from every single game that these guys push through in front of our faces. Now, what we're going to be seeing from English, that is something I'm really excited for, because we've seen a lot of White Tower for such a long time, but will we be seeing the 3 TC play coming out of here? I feel like this could be so greedy, and we will not be seeing a greedy play coming out of the man. He's getting the White Tower, and he's getting it on such a good and interesting spot here.
That is an amazing White Tower spot. Flank, he's covered. No!
No! What is happening, Age of Empires? We had so many good years with you. What happened? Guys, we're getting another crash. It's fine, we'll catch up. We'll survive. You guys will catch up. Fine. Yeah. I don't know how this is happening. I'm sorry, guys.
I think you're being sabotaged by AoE. Not gonna lie.
I do think so too. I will definitely go to all my crash logs and see what the situation is, because this is a bit of a monka steer. So are we playing on Drow's internet? No, we're playing this on the Age of Empires. That is very aggressive from your viewers. So, what did you do to them?
Oh man, I disconnect often.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just America?
Yes. I'll you know what? Yes. We'll go with that.
Okay.
That's probably it, honestly. Anyways, yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We're gonna be catching up in no time. I promise. Let me switch back over to our screen, and now let's get back to our White Tower drop at the back of his base. Now, I wanted to talk about the white tower that was dropped here. The reason this is dropped over here is because it protects the gold. He has this second TC on the deer that we saw earlier. And this just allows him to be on the outside of the map for a little bit longer. The problem is this leaves your main base very, very exposed, especially against the Civ like Japanese that is very good at TC diving and clapping any unit with any, I don't know, HP. Now, Mr. Drown, are you going to be voting towards the favor of the English or the favor of the Japanese? Just because that's like TC.
I gotta say, I'm gonna go English on this one. Wow. From what we've seen so far, I'm gonna go English. I mean, now I'm usually wrong, but you know.
Cast the curse. Cast the curse.
Yeah.
Cast the curse. Okay, guys, we're almost caught up as we see the white tower being dropped, and we are here. Nothing happened. We're back. Okay, guys, we're back. Everything works fine, and the floating gate is out.
All right. Oh, it's good to be back, isn't it?
Now, with the floating gate being out, we do see the Euroshiro being popped into the stable instantly, meaning that we're going to be getting these chunky boys out at the speed of light. And they're going to be going straight across the map, doing some damage. Now, the problem is, yes, you can get knights of your own, but a knight versus a samurai, it's not an even fight.
No, not against samurai is definitely not an easy fight, but luckily, Orange only has one, well, had one knight on the, oh no, it still has, sorry. I looked at the wrong place. Orange still does have their king on the map. And then a couple more knights coming out. I'm curious as to, will Japan outmass though at this point? It does seem like resource-wise that's not going to be the case, but Japan beat Japan, and I see them berry boys right there.
Now, Japan is basically, Puppypaw is forced to just go out on the map to get the food because, you know, the farms take time. And you also want to get that farming economy going, but you want to make sure that your knight production is going as fast. Now, with that white tower being on the second TC, we saw that the samurais instantly went there looking for blood, but being surprised by the white tower, they knew they wouldn't be able to. So this is such a powerful move by CsOH, just forcing Puppypaw to respond on this side of the map. The thing is, he might be able to. He might be able to dive this pretty easily. But oh, look at these guys just fighting on that English TC. Not something we want to let happen. Now, these villagers are using... Go ahead.
I do like the base split from CsOH. Sorry for interrupting, by the way. The base split from CsOH, because they both look... I mean, they're both in comfy spots. They're both very defendable. He's got production on one TC, so he's got his knights able to be produced immediately on that side. And he's got the evil white tower on the other side, defending those sick, sweet resources. And those resources are going to get him a ways, especially since they're deer choppers.
And I want you to notice that they also didn't get any upgrades from either of their militaries. We do see the blacksmith now being dropped out for our English, but this doesn't mean that he's out of the woods just yet. Again, these mounted samurais do a lot of damage, and he's going to need to be able to find a way to take these down. But the problem is, it's a knight versus knight fight, and with these numbers, I would be very scared.
I would be terrified as well. I would probably be running from that. If I even noticed it in time.
Yeah, the ping
Nicely
goes off,
done, though.
and all your villagers are dead by that time.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, with
They've somehow sprinted across the map and gone straight to my villagers.
And with the wheelbarrow coming out now, I do think that we're going to have this really sweet spot of English economy that expands quite quickly. Because, you know, the moment a farm drops, the next one is already on the way. And while Japan is having a little bit of a slower start, again, with this amount of army, you can really do some damage. And I think he's just waiting for that critical mass.
Yes, and even if he's not, maybe he wants to get a little bit of village killies as well, which would be always sweet to see. Lots of relics coming in from Red too. What's that? 4 relics, excuse me. 3 contained, 1 coming in. That's a healthy amount of relics.
Yeah, the problem is you're letting Japan get that advantage of the relics, so you're getting that passive gold. But also, you're getting the passive gold plus Japan has these Euroshiros that they're just able to put anywhere they want. So, Japan definitely has that eco advantage, and we'll see this in the resource per minute pretty soon. But now with the farms being completely set up here by Akura storehouse, we will be seeing the other food sources being tapped out. We still have a healthy deer pack here at the back, and we see the next berry is going to be snacked on. But these guys are ready to dive. The +1 kicking in. Oof.
Going in with upgrades as well is absolutely lethal. And then as well going those berry boys behind that, securing that food before you go into attack. Super essential and awesome to see. These knights might do some... Only 2 Vil kills at the moment.
They did some ring around the rosy. He's not really getting any kills down. And he's using this TC like tower. You know how you build towers depending on how many villages you have? He's having very little villages around here because he knows this kid thing can only shield 15. So this is a very, very smart move by him. And this side, we again have more villages because there's more space to put them. The boys get out, but they're going to go back in and they're going to be idle yet again. So even though he's got this villager lead, he has so much idle time that this is not something that you can just say English has got.
Yes, and that Japan military count is getting a little out of hand. That's going to be very tough to deal with, especially with those upgrades coming in. It's going to be absolutely... Oh, man. Another massive dive. Getting a couple Billy Killies.
And one more. And now the knights are actually doing amazing... Oh, nice. The samurai are doing great work. They absorb the charge from the knights. And again, just leaving these 4 over here, causing all of this idle time. But, you know, CsOH is not going to just sit there and wait for him to punish him. He's going to go and raid himself. But now those knights are falling. This is not a knight versus knight fight you want to take. Because, again, samurais are just that much better. Oh, and they called it. That was
wow.
great.
Oh,
So
shoot. Yeah, there we go.
Wow. He's like, idle time. I'm out. I'm out. Guys,
That was a lot of idle time cost, though. Holy mamole.
Okay, and I noticed people are saying something about the stutter time on the stream. If anyone has any idea what's causing it, let me know. But it might just be Twitch. It might just be Twitch, eh?
Oh, true.
I'm not too sure about that. This is unfortunately that very strange position. It's my encoding. Oh, no. Why?
Perché?
Let me see. I am using hardware encoding right now. Okay, for 2 seconds. We'll survive, guys. Let me just quickly see here. How's this even happening?
Check the flux capacitor.
Okay. I feel like I need to show them I'll do it to say. What did I use before? I used hardware encoding. I did, however, change it right before stream.
Women, why?
I don't know.
You know, I actually don't know.
I actually think I may have just thought about trusting my my gut, but I should not have been trusting it. So this is on me, guys. This is on me. Puppypaw takes the first game though. So guys,
Sick game. Holy action packed.
And then as I say that, the game crashes again. What is happening? Oh my goodness!
We are not allowed to see the next game. We are not allowed.
They don't want this. They want to keep this a secret. It's Friday. Never patch on a Friday. GPU problems or memory leak. I stream every day, guys. Oh, not every day. I stream 3 times a week. And it never happens. I don't know what's happening. But HRE Mongol, that is going to be our next matchup. And what map are we playing on? Drow, can you give us some insight on this map?
Now, I do believe it's a dry map. And I think, now this is just, you know, he said, she said. Arabia?
Dry, did we get
That's
that
just
right?
guess. I'm just guessing.
Dry Arabia, another Dry Arabia coming out on King of Dry Arabia. That is ridiculous. Who chose these maps? This is probably the best tournament map pool we've ever had. So, guys,
I mean, I do like that Arabia.
Yeah, Dry Arabia's... I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Dry Arabia. Dry Arabia doesn't have a lot of sheep. And it hurts my soul.
I need sheep in my life.
Yeah, exactly. Now we did change a little bit of us guys. If this thing bugs again, I am very sorry. I don't know why this is happening, and I think I'm just gonna stop touching stuff and I'm gonna transition to the game, and hopefully it So guys, we're in the game. It is on the screen. And the names are switched around. So Drow is going to carry you guys through the first few moments of this. And I am going to be switching these names around.
All right. We're going to switch those names around. David Kim, blue player playing as Mongols, a.k.a. Puppypaw, going against CsOH, the Holy Roman Empire. Now, I feel like in this one, I just feel like HRE is the favored one. Yeah, is the favorite Civ. I do. Unless somebody Mongol gets that sweet, sweet feudal harassment, you know, getting a few Villa killies. But again, this is just me speculating. I'm just imagining and hoping things at this moment.
Now, when we're playing HRE, oh my goodness. When you're playing against Mongols, there's always that normalcy of, you know, the tower rush. But Mr. Puppypaw here, he does not conform to the norm. Puppypaw's a little bit wild. He's like the vortex of the two brothers. And he does things his own way. So we see they did go and get all the gold they needed. And the Gur is already en route to another place. He's going for the stone. Why is he going for the stone? Is he just out there? He's probably just scouting.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I have seen Mongols be going second TC lately. So I have seen that. Although that would have been, obviously you can't do that in Dark Age. That barracks, I'm very excited about that barracks. I'm not going to lie, from Red.
The problem is, I know you're excited. I know you're excited, but I want you to ask yourself, good sir, where does he attack? He can't deny the gold. The Mongols already went ahead and got the gold he needed. He can't attack the TC.
He could try to find that Gur. He could try to go track that out. Where would that Gur go? Yeah.
Two spearmen. You're really going to suffer not getting that damage down. And we have 3 spearmen from our HRE man here. So this HRE boy, he's going to be making this a lot harder than you can imagine. Oh, not HRE. Our Mongol player is going to make this a lot harder because he predicted that HRE is going to respond with the normal Mongol predictions. Like getting a tower rush, but now there's no tower rush, and there's just the deer stones. So these spearmen are going to be walking into a deer stone, being quite a bit behind. So now HRE is going to be a little bit slow on the edge up, though.
Yeah, not spending that food on the spearmen was exciting. I will say that was holy cow. Like you said though, there's really nowhere to harass, and they are just spearmen, so there's not really much they can do aside for get killed by TCs.
Now, what he's actually doing is running around and trying to find an opening to do some damage. So, in that case, it could be something like an Uwu, but we see the TC being moved. The TC is being moved into position of the Uwu, and are we going to see a double villager production? Oh, we do.
Ooh, okay.
We do. This is a man who wants to get his eco running. He doesn't want to cheese at all.
Not wasting any time. He wants to get going and get flowing, sending those units. I hope, at least that's what I'm hoping again. If we see some sweet, it doesn't look like it. Although he's going wood.
That's a normal amount of wood. Don't get too excited. I know you want to see some action.
I want to see
but he's
it so
excited. He's just letting the HRE play itself. The HRE is about to hit that gold required. And now, when we see how much he's going to be aging up with, we'll know what we're going to be expecting from the HRE player. So this is that weird position where you're like, do I contest Mongols in castle, or do I just go for it and fight in feudal? Because what he's seeing from Mongols right now is something you're not used to seeing. You're not used to seeing Mongols play it passive, play it safe, get more eco up. So this is that strange question of what do I do in response to this? But with 4 on wood, I'm expecting to see a feudal fight.
That would be very, very awesome. I'm wondering though if I mean, because obviously we're probably gonna see some Keshiks. I mean,
no.
No.
He does everything that you don't expect. So throw everything you know out of the door.
Bad.
This man.
I should just say the opposite.
Yeah. Every time you predict something else, because Puppypaw is just keeping us on our toes.
I love it. There were some spearmen on the map though, so that does make sense. But. Absolutely love seeing it.
So
immediately getting those out as well. Double.
He's conflicted. He's like, do I go for double
Oh, never
archer?
mind.
Do I go for second archer? And he gets the double one, he cancels, and then he goes for the single one again. He's like, okay, I'll just go for one. One's enough. But now with the amount of wood, a few games ago, I make this call, and I was like, oh, that's a second TC. It was not a second TC. So I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what to expect of this, but based on what I just saw from Puppypaw, I think he wants to go for a second TC. Problem is now, we see 5 on goals, 14 on food. So this is no longer going to be a feudal game that I had predicted a few seconds ago. This is going to be... And
Going
you know
castle,
what this
man.
is. Oh, yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. And if
Is he gonna
Miss-
burger?
if he does, Puppypaw is dead. Because if you are going for a second TC and your opponent is going for a burger, you're not going to be ready to eat the burger when it's arriving in your base.
No, that is a Burgermeister burger that you don't want to see. Little Christmas reference for you guys. I wonder how that they will react to this, because obviously Puppypaw, excuse me, is scouting all this, seeing the gold, getting chased down by a spearman, so he knows everything that's going on. Will he then also go castle himself? Because it looks like that's maybe not the case at the moment. Maybe he wants to get those. Oh,
Yeah?
that's a
What do you have
beautiful,
to say
beautiful,
now?
beautiful. There's that beautiful second TC.
I'm just
There it is.
I'm just quickly doing something for Twitch because I see Twitch chat molding about the names and how they're written. So Twitch chat, I really hope that you enjoy what I just served you guys with my beautiful production skills of my one-woman show. So enjoy Comic Sans bold. Yes, that's for you guys. Take that. Take that. Every game, we're gonna use a different font just for you boys. And now we're gonna see
Wow.
what burger we're serving. When do I crash Twitch? So, burger, let us see what we have on the plate. Or do we add some letters? Are we going to get a blacksmith? And with 164 wood, I think we are.
That blacksmith
ready,
would be
Drow?
sweet.
you
Yeah, oh
ready?
yeah. That blacksmith is going to be sweet. With those units pouring in, as well as those blacksmith upgrades coming in, that's going to be absolutely lethal. Then it won't
And-
matter if you TC dive, because you're just not going to be touched.
Oh. Guys, Drow, are you hungry?
I'm very.
Okay,
I'm ready for
well,
that burger, man.
Oh, he's gonna give it to you, and I think he's serving double the servings right now with the blacksmith coming in hard. That's gonna be a +1 upgrade. Are we gonna get men-at-arms everywhere? And think about this. This is a little shitty TC. It's a second TC. I can only house 8 villages. It is about to go down.
It is. It is. As much as we loved seeing it go up, it is going to be very sad to see it go down.
And the funny thing is, Mongols is trying to respond by going castle himself. We see that's 400 food, 20 villages on wood, on food. He's just trying to get there, but there is no time. Tick tock, tick tock. The Burgrave is building. The one thing he's got going for him is he's already got an archery range. So if he can magically age up and instantly get those crossbows out, there's a very, very slight chance. And, Drow, I need you to Hoktur right now, please. Hoktur! Okay, thank you very much for the $5 donation that goes right into the next fund of King of Dry Arabia. Appreciate it.
That's huge.
And not as huge as these men-at-arms, though. The early men-at-arms for now.
man.
But
We'll
TikTok.
be chat at arms soon. Soon enough, they will be chat at arms. And just like we predicted, and just about everybody could have, they're running right across the map, straight towards that poor Mongol base. This is always a hard thing to defend against if you're not ready for it.
If you're not ready for it, you're dead. If this was a normal barracks, it would be fine. But this is not a normal barracks. This is the barracks of death. This is the burger. So now he's getting his numbers together because what this man is about to serve, it's about to be a destruction of a second TC. But he doesn't even need to do that. He can just go straight for the woodline. But we see Puppypaw is panicking. This guy's like, let me get all of these boys together. He's getting a little bit of wood. He's like, I need production. I need to be ready for this. But Puppypaw, I don't think you have time. He gets the manga die. The manga die, step redoubt, instantly being dropped down. He's desperate to get that castle. Manga die being out, gonna be able to distract I'll miss the burger here. But,
Yeah, maybe even get a few Vil kills. Maybe. They are fast little buggers, and they're hard to deal with, and especially with that con, they get an extra speed boost every now and again. But it is only 3 units total. Or 3. One more is coming in, but, you know, I don't know if that's going to do as much by the time CSO can get a big mass going. Looks like CSO's looking.
I'm a little bit sad though. I feel like this burger, I was hyping this burger up so guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you just noticed, but I was so excited about this burger, and turns out they just served vegan bread. The vegan, this is a vegan bun with the vegan meat. That's what we just got served. I'm really sorry for hyping. Gluten-free as well.
Wait,
yes, add the... Yeah?
He's coming across now. He's coming across now.
Coming
The burger. Maybe
across?
I'm wondering if he was struggling with food for a second and he had to solve that. And then the burger is cooking again.
Yeah, but
Heading
I
straight
mean,
for that second.
this is like having... Yeah? Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say that pause though does suck.
That pause
That
is
delay, I
so
should
tough
say.
to come back from. And the thing is, he doesn't have the... Now we're getting the crossbowman. But you had that pause, right? But you're also adding a little bit of flavor to this vegan burger that you served. Oh, wait, I say this, and then these guys are already under the DC. Oh, no, that was the fake burger. He finally pulled out the meat. We have ham. It's being inserted. And these villagers are the ones who's going to suffer for it.
He's got that double ranged armor as well, which is very, very nice.
Oh,
Especially
these
with
guys
HRE,
don't
'cause
take
then you
any
can just
damage.
wander oot and a boot, kill villagers to your heart's content.
The Mangudai are trying to fire, but they're barely doing any damage. And yes, these men-at-arms will go down, but look at the idle time we have from the villagers. There's 28 idle villagers, and it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you have so many villagers that you're in the lead with, you can't have idle villagers and still have an eco, another villager going down.
Eventually, you will run out of resources and stop producing, and that's when you got to GG out. And yeah, and even villagers being chased around over here. Red's just all over the place.
The villagers
Oh,
are falling on the
man.
floor, and we can see that Mr. Puppypaw is starving right now. Not for food, but for toppings. There's no wood income. There's no gold income. There's just death everywhere. Mangudai trying their best, but they are made of little horses and tiny arrows. This is not enough. We see the villagers desperately just trying to get a bit of gold.
Blue does have that ranged upgrade for damage though, but I don't know if that's going to be enough at the moment because those bill kills are getting out of hand.
This
From
is it's just getting so difficult, and we see all the dead bodies around the deer. We don't know if those are humans or deer at this point. It just looks like a lot of food from this HRE. It was not a vegan burger. It was not a gluten-free bun. It was a cannibalism burger at this point. He's eating him right up. We're seeing a little bit of a hatred against HRE in the chat. Guys, keep in mind, Mongol's still on 2DC. He did spice it up a little bit. But a cannon burger. Thank you very much, Tommy. This is why you are the full-time tournament admin. We appreciate you. Good Sam. He's defended. It is 2DC. Cascade points out. And he's right. So now do we get the HRE to go get the relics? Or is the HRE just ready to transition to that next point of the game where they go Imperial and get ahead with villagers?
Blue's getting those eco upgrades, and Red is getting those mill. Oh,
Dead prelate.
I mean, not all in a bad way. I just seeing a wall of low is always exciting. It's always exciting.
And this man is not going to be coming out ahead with it, unfortunately. And however, let's just quickly see how many villagers he's got on here. He's got 7 on gold. But it doesn't look like he's rushing anything. He's not making a lot of units, but we see the horseman switch now. So I don't think this aggression is going to stop anytime soon. And we see the upgrades kicking in as well for or being chosen now for the horseman. So I think he's just going to keep this pressure up and force Puppypaw to keep making units. But Puppypaw is desperately just gnawing onto this gold, trying to get as much out of it as possible.
Yeah, and he may as well right now while he can, while there's a lull in the battle. HRE, I feel like won't be idle for too much longer while they get their eco stabilized. As soon as they start going again, I feel like they'll either yeah, there's the farms. They're gonna start pumping out those with those knights in the background, with those horsemen. Oh, we got some knights. Oh, they are horsemen. Okay.
Yeah, horse people, yeah. The horse people coming out is going to be a little bit nicer for him because now this provides mobility. This is going to shut down these external resources that Puppypaw is currently snacking on. So with him going for crossbows, you want to do that horseman switch because the horseman is the answer to the masters of crossbows. So we do see that first relic coming in from Mongols while the HRE is snacking on its second one. But keep in mind, guys, this is budget HRE. This is not our usual cathedral playstyle we see. Mangadai not doing too well against the horsemen, though. Oh, and these crossbows are in danger.
Down. I've always had good luck with horsemen against Mangadai. I've heard both ways. You know, they're not as good. They are as good, but personally, I've always had good luck with horsemen against Mangadai. As cheeky as those units are, sometimes they can be annoying, you know, especially in team games.
They do a nice little bit of mobility, but Mangadai is not used for a very specific reason. They are known to be awful. So Mangadai do provide that mobility, they provide their presence on the map, but you know what counters Mangadai?
Ranged.
Walls.
Oh,
yeah.
True.
It's like the number one counter to Mangadai. If you are stuck in gold and someone keeps making Mangadais against you, just Mangadais, they cannot make anything die if there is a wall around them. They will just fire at the wall for the rest of their life. But yes, also everything. Thank you very much, Mr. Twitch Dad.
Yeah, maybe that buff that they'll get will make them doable in solos. Or more doable, I should say.
They're more of a fashion statement, Drow.
Yeah.
They're more of a fashion statement. You get to use them to run around, make your opponent react a little bit. But guys, I want you to notice the resources on both the sides. We have entered the realm of Imperial. Soon.
Now, the militaries are dead even as well, so that's even more pogs.
Now, the reason we're also going to be seeing those military staying even is because they need to make sure they can keep this up. But as you said that, Puppypaw reinvests in units, and the villagers are trying to micro up. He's trying to shut this down, because if these horsemen die, that's a really big slowdown for our HRE player. But the Palace of Swabia is coming in, and this is going to be really, really tough to deal with.
Yeah, Palace Swab is going to get a big old boom on those village camp HREs. Sorry, my muted popped up, but I start freaking out. Sorry. But yeah, the HRE harassing with those man-at-arms has been huge this whole game. Of course, the crossbowmen have been doing a fantastic job countering it, but then the horsemen come in, and suddenly those crossmen are a little bit more scarce.
And this is one of the few games where you will see Mongols not trading. But guys, HRE has just activated one of our win conditions, and CSO quickly starting to fire up this disgusting little win condition we see over here. And these guys, the Chaganite? How do we say that, Mr. America? Chaganate? I don't think so.
No, that's not.
Oh, okay. No. I was looking to you for guidance, and I felt like you gave me a vegan burger.
My pronunciation's terrible. I did. I'm not the best at pronunciations.
Okay, so now we have the KEKW Grenade. That's a much better name. We'll go for KEKW Grenade.
True.
The KEKW
like
Grenade. But now the villager difference is going to quickly change course, as the villager printer is online and it is printing. The Palace of Swabia will be overtaking this in no time. We just see this coming up, and let's see what the KEKW Grenade Palace even does, because okay, diverse armies.
Right.
Very nice.
Yes.
Getting a warrior
The only way of getting nested bees in Hoi Hoi Pow.
Crash coming? Are you guys? No, guys. No. If it crashes, you get a. If it crashes, that's a perma. Oh.
Starting a prediction for crashes.
That could be the better prediction at this point.
No. Nice decap though by Mongols. I just now noticed that. That happened a while ago, but
He was not. He wasn't trying to contest. I think he just wanted to get Mongols to look around the map and focus on this. Again, now we have that presence from the HRE that he needs. And so the HRE flanking around, just going to try and find some villagers that are led astray, but not really running into anything. You see a poor little dead sheep carcass on the floor. Poor guy. He had a dream, but the transition is in season.
Scouted out those traits too, I believe.
Let's see what the KW grenade brings.
Okay.
Horse archers! Horse archers!
Okay. Well, that will certainly be nice against the Knights.
That'd be great against the diverse comp of our HRE as well.
Yes, yes.
So now the Liquipedia, they say no, we're getting more horse archers, boys.
Oh, wow. Very diverse.
Very diverse. And now look at these warrior monks just doing work. Double warrior monk, telling the scout he needs to go back where he belongs.
Get out of here, Scout. This is my sacred site, man. And the army to back them up, too, so they're not just, out there exposed. Even though they are pretty dang strong, if I do say so myself.
I do need to ask Twitch chat. Guys, what is predictions? Can we get predictions for the next unit? You have 5 seconds. Guys, predictions. We need this. Very important. 5.
It's got to be the hoi hoi, right?
3.
It's got to be this time. No!
Everyone's wrong. Everyone's wrong. Guys, that's a permaban for everyone. Drop. That's your second one.
That's my second perma tonight. What the heck is going on?
It's okay. You had a good run, honestly. Everybody just wants the POW.
We do. More military units, and I think Puppypaw is gaining map control with his sweet Mongol army.
He is, but again, the HRE is just waiting for the printer's economy to kick in. The HRE's power is not an Imperial instantly, it's about letting that Imperial cook. And it feels like he's getting the time to cook. Now he's getting the time. He's gonna be able to secure this area. We see the forward outpost coming. This is probably gonna be reinforced with the bombard tower, or with the bombard emplacement, and getting a relic inside is gonna be so important for him. But this army comes a-knocking.
Super noise too. The army is a-knocking right at that front door, and it doesn't look like they're slowing down too. It looks like there's going to be reinforcements immediately behind this to make this push even more lethal.
We do have the units here, but not all of them. The horsemen are running around. We do have some on this side as well. So this is a dangerous area for HRE to be in, and it doesn't have the economy to sustain this just yet. There's 1,700 wood in the bank, and this is not looking too healthy for the man.
No. He does get quite a bit of farms out, but it looks like some of them are also just now going down back there. But of course, those are because the forward ones are being currently occupied by enemy forces. But no, the Knight's harassment from... Oh, wow, look at that Knight harassment from Blue while he's getting... Oh, there's the GGs.
Never mind. We missed it. We were still having fun.
It was still cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is going to be... Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I keep clicking the wrong button. Let me switch back to my screen. Okay, guys, and that will mean that we just got another great game from our Mongol player, which I did not expect. I thought HRE was going to clap his cheeks, but that's because when you serve vegan burgers, it is not always going to work out too well.
No, I think that pause in the burger may have been the nail in the coffin there, because otherwise that would have been a just mean non-stop push from HRE, and that would have been just absolutely crazy.
It's just crazy to me that Puppypaw has won yet another one, guys. Puppypaw just making this look like it's his damn game. Now, I do see that the next draft is on the screen. The previous one is left out. The Mongols versus HRE, not displaying right now, but we will get there. You do see the next matchup. We do see Rus versus China. And can CsOH turn this around? Or are we going to have an easy little 3-0 for Puppypaw? Now, as Tommy is updating the scores, I have bad news for him. Tommy, We're going to switch these bad boys around yet again. So we're going into the next part of the game. And Dral, I'm going to leave this to you again. I'm going to be following a scout.
You got it.
You are going to entertain the people while I take a very quick bathroom break because I've been here the whole time.
You have.
There you go.
No worries. All right. Sick. First of all, sick hunting denial by Puppypaw immediately being done, not wasting any time. And it looks like he also went a second scout as well to assure that no bounty or bounty. Kind of wish I could click over to CSO right now, but we probably can guess that he's just playing that sweet roost, getting that hunting cabin down, you know, getting his hunting, getting that sweet bonus. I do kind of wonder, though, with this sweet denial that Puppypaw is doing. By the way, he's just been playing. Both players have been playing just absolutely fantastic, but Puppypaw has been doing just amazingly. It feels like both the Canadian bros have just been recently been performing just extremely well. Also, getting those sheep for Puppypaw is quite nice as well.
I'm back, by the way, but I do need to fix the names. Yes, so keep them entertained. We're going to look at the Green Scout now. So I can switch the names around, and I need to give them a new font as well.
Oh, no worries. Hunting is... Okay, so luckily they got the behind... Or, I'm sorry. CSO got the behind hunting. Sometimes that can be a little bit tricky, but of course at this level, I'm not referring to these chads at all. But at my level, I definitely forget the back hunting every now and again. And we will stay here at the hunting.
Yeah, I realized as I'm busy changing the names, I lost the scout. Guys, I fixed it. I promise.
We got it.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, how does the bounty look? Like, did he get a lot of them? Because I missed it, so I would need your guidance. Yeah.
It looks like he got the back one and this one currently. He's also got a scout on the other side of the map, but there's also no hunting on the other side of the map. Puppypaw's been doing a fantastic job, of course, denying the hunting as well. So yeah.
That's the problem when you're playing against Puppypaw. He's not gonna let you get all that deer that you dream of. And guys, I really hope you enjoy my new fonts, because I worked really hard on this, and I hope they trigger every single one of you, because I know they're off center. So enjoy. Complain about it again, and I'll give you guys something even worse. We're going Windings next. I hope you guys are ready. This is top tier
Imperial
production.
Academy. Nice. And of course the Kremlin.
Now,
beautiful placement on both.
do you see what we could pop down right here? And
That barbican under the sea.
do you know how spicy that barbican would be?
Very. Because that's also slightly getting a little bit of wood too, which is super nice.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the Chinese civilization. They're just able to get ahead. However, when you're playing against the Rus, you need to know that there's going to be a second TC, and they're going to find a way to keep up with you. That's what makes Rus such a good civilization. They also have so many different choices. I'm not too sure about this Kremlin, though. I think it does not include the gold, or not the gold, the wood here. This Kremlin might be a little bit monk-ass, but it does protect the gold. So as far as gold protection goes, it does the job.
It does, definitely. And maybe that's what he's trying to hint at. Maybe he wants that gold super protected to get that fast castle. Maybe. Speculation, of course. But, you know, of course, these guys will, as always, keep us on our toes. Well, at least me on my toes.
Guys, I always meme Drow because, Drow, what rank are you right now?
I am plat 1.
Okay, you're getting there. I think the last time
We're
we
getting
spoke,
diamond this season. We're getting it.
You were getting, oh, damn, sir.
I'm getting diamond. It's happening. I'm telling you.
So in a few of the previous casts, I asked him some quiz questions, and I absolutely love it because he gets everything wrong, and I love it because it's a teaching moment. And Twitch chat, they always have some input on this as well. But it's okay, it's good because that's how you're gonna learn and get to diamond. This is a Twitch chat. Yes. We're supporting you in this. We're supporting you getting to diamond.
I appreciate it. I do. Okay. I genuinely do.
So, this is going to be a second TC from Rus, but honestly, I was almost scared that this was going to be a fast castle from China. But I just saw professional scouts, and this is why I'm really confused. Because professional scouts is one of the craziest things. Have you ever used professional scouts?
I have.
And?
I really like it. It's so expensive to get early though. Like, and if and honestly, I used it in an FFA, so I had a lot more hunting at my disposal. I've never used it in a 1v1,
Look at these
but it is
guys.
so good.
And the thing is, you can put them down on top of this mill, and you're just going to be able to snack on infinite deer. I know they're not infinite, they're finite, because we are playing a 1v1. But look at that second TC. The second TC is going to be plopped down on the deer, but not completely. So you know what would be the ultimate cheeky play from Puppypaw? If he sends those professional scouts to go steal some of these deer.
I would absolutely love to see that, and I hope that happens. I don't think he's scouted the second TC just yet, but if that happened, he's a little occupied at the moment. But if I know, I would agree that would be absolutely hilarious. It does look like CSO is keeping an eye on him though, so he does know about those professional scouts.
Puppypaw not just going professional scouts. I was about to say he's going castle, but then he decides to go Song Dynasty all of a sudden. I feel like Puppypaw here, he's just keeping us on our toes. We're not sure what to expect. He's like, actually, what would they not predict? And he has been hitting every single point of that. Right now, he's floating 500 food. He's got a lot on gold. And it looks to be like he's going fast castle. But once we have the nest of these, that's going to be quite tough to deal with. The double scout not getting as much done as you would usually like to see from professional scouts, because of course you've invested all those resources into professional scouts, and I just want to show you guys how much it is. Oh, there we go, that one. I just hovered over the wrong thing. Professional scouts, 350 resources. But Rus doesn't want to fight a Castle Age China without joining him.
Oh no, that would be absolutely lethal. And especially with that double TC from Roos as well. And I mean, obviously, luckily, we're playing. This is China, but having that eco lead as Roos and having that like that potential fast castle would just be lethal.
Yeah, right now I see Puppypaw is going to go for his second deer pack. He's not trying any sneaky shenanigans like stealing deer, but CSO knows. CSO is watching. He knows exactly what's happening. He's being careful. And this is one of those instances where I'm not really sure he's going to come out ahead. I feel like because Rus is also going fast castle, he'll be able to respond to anything China has to put forward. And he's just going to be able to outproduce him because of the second TC. And the second TC has not been punished.
And of course, CSO has that hunting and board down to the south of his base too. That's pretty much walled in. So he'll be able to expand out to that sweet food when he hits castle as well to ensure awesome unit production as soon as he gets there.
And this is going to be so important. The fact that he can wall this off with a tiny little wall and easily protect it is going to be so valuable into getting into that castle and actually utilizing this. Now, I think that Puppypaw is in an okay position, but I think late game, or not even late game, I think in 2-3 minutes, Rus is just going to run right through Chinese.
I do too, and this it's going to be heartbreaking to see. I do like China, but I mean, with how admirably Puppypaw has been performing, wouldn't surprise me if he's got something up his sleeve.
I feel like Puppypaw has already showed us his sleeve is full of surprises, and he definitely showed us with professional scouts. But now with that knight coming out, we have one singular knight, as we don't want to use too much of our resources. I say this as the villagers are running all the way from China to trying to deliver that food. But the TC not being dropped in the middle of the deer, this is causing you to really lose a lot of idle time here with the villagers running back and forth and delaying their castle age a bit. But he is not in a rush. He's making knights, as we can see. Oh, yeah, he's made a knight, forcing his opponent to do the same. Because you're not going to go and invest from your wonderful little clock tower to go make siege when you know that there's a knight on the map who will take it out in one shot.
Oh yeah, unless you have you know, other units to protect that just having that lone nest of bees on the map, it'd just be a heartbreaking situation.
I just realized.
Seeing them though pop off is just
Oh,
amazing.
sorry. Sorry, there was something I was about to realize, and I think Twitch chat also thought so. Yes, I see Twitch chat called it as well. We thought
Yeah.
that the high trade house was going to go here, but instead it gets plopped down here. No, this is exactly what we have to be expected from me, because, you know, sometimes these things happen, and a high trade house gets put on the other side. But now, Puppypaw does have that knight advantage, and he is pumping out knights, because, you know, he's got the eco right now, and Rus needs to respond. If CSO doesn't make units next to this anytime soon, and he's putting down that second stable to do so. But tick-tick-tock, the thing is, Kremlin does provide that advantage for now. 6 knights, scary. Kremlin makes them a little bit less scary. And I keep calling them knights, but guys, I know they're lancers. Alright. Let's see how much gold we get from here. Beastie, guess. Ah,
Nice.
okay, how much bounty? Beastie is standing here. Let's go see how much bounty he has. Oh. Let's see. The switch, 325.
128.
128? Really? Okay, let's see. If Beastie is always right. He might
mean,
be.
yeah.
Might be lower.
Okay, we'll wait. We'll know.
118.
Okay, 118? 127. Yeah, you should have stayed.
Dang.
Damn. But
So
just
close,
like
though.
the knights are out now, and this is now going to slowly be, I think, a snowball for Rus, because he does have that little bit of eco advantage. He's got this high trade house with a kind of safe food, while China has to do that transition. China still has to go through that farm transition. They're running out of food on the map. I say running out of food, but he's still picking up the deer, bringing him home. But this is not going to last forever. Oof, and the relic does get denied by Puppypaw.
Nice denial. I was going to say, I do like that high trade house placement because it's between 2 TCs and a Kremlin. I just feel like it's super, super safe. Of course, these Lancers are immediately proving me wrong, but at first glance, you would think.
Now, you might think they're proving it wrong, but they're honestly not. This is for the time being. The thing is, this high trade house provides a little bit of safe food as well. So Rus is just going to be able to... For now, it might look a little scary, but soon enough, I don't think it will. We have these knights that are being cleaned up at the back, or lances cleaned up at the back, and now some of the gremlins are being called. But again, Puppypaw is doing a lot of pressure, but CSO is able to out-micro and get these units to safety. He's lost so few units. We see here 2 villagers down, but on the other hand, he's killed 1 as well. So with him on 2 TC, this is looking really good for him.
Oh, yes. Now, Puppypaw does have 3 relics, 2 relics, 1 incoming, which is going to be quite nice. But of course, those relics do take a little bit of time to generate gold. It's not all instant. So hopefully in that amount of time, with this already huge eco lead, well, not huge, but good eco league that CSO has, I think that will be a massive advantage for Rus.
And now the Lancers are putting a little bit of pressure here on the back line. And see, the thing is, I don't think he's just focused on getting kills, but he's also focused on getting idle time. Because you get the idle time, you have Song Dynasty, your production on your villages is a little bit faster, so you can keep up. So if you keep enough of the economy idle, you are pretty much even in this. And behind all of this, he's just snacking on all the relics. We see that there's now going to be some warrior monks out, and they're trying their best. The gremlins get cold, but again, idle time. Villagers are running back and forth. They're not getting that damage done. Maria, thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate you, sir.
Ooh. Yeah, and then of course behind this, Puppypaw is being unharassed and a free eco, moving out on the map, getting some resources. He's on the boar right now. Right now, looks like Puppypaw is kind of chilling while doing and distracting with these Lancers. And doing a fantastic job, by the way.
Now these gremlins are really just keeping him safe. But that's the power of Rus, right? So they do have a lot of answers to these things. But the gremlins, they do expire.
Yes. It's always funny to see Kremlins being thrown across the map and then like die while they're killing Billies. Much like the game that you guys casted earlier today. That was I can't recall which one specifically, but it was a good one.
And I think today has been action-packed full of games, but the problem is we have 4 extra knights on top of 20 already. And the Lancer numbers are really, really scary. Now, the farm transition is already happening from Rose, and he is floating a lot of wood. So we know that he is looking to make some eco happen, and these Lancers are keeping him on his toes. So, all things considered, Puppypaw just doing a really good job at idling this economy, because that's what you need to do when you know that he's got more villages than you. I just don't think it's going to last forever.
No, he is up, down, left, right though, with these, well, quite literally down right now. But he does have one little cheeky lancer up there next to the stone too, so that way you can keep an eye on things, at least in terms of that area. I do believe there's Berry Boys up there as well, but
Berry Boys?
obviously Roos is that.
Yeah, no,
Berry Boys.
Roos is not even thinking about the berries though. This man is he's snacking on some sweet old farms. He's playing English right now.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all these beautiful farms. That's just going to be an English economy right there. And slowly but surely, you see the Lancer production not looking as scary as before, because now, with these knights, he has something he can respond with. And he's just making more and more knights, but the TC is now able to help and fire. We don't see any upgrades coming out from a CsOH just yet. But Puppypaw does have his +2 range defense from these TC fire that he has completely endured the whole time.
Oh yeah, he's eating those TC shots and laughing while he's doing it. A little bit of a retreat here though. Maybe to.
Puppypaw, I think he's just trying to figure out what his next move is, because he realizes I'm not getting damage done. I've caused idle time, but if I engage now, I might lose a lot of valuable units. So maybe now is the moment to pull back, a tech switch, I say, as I see 5 more Lancers in the queue. And Rus exactly the same. Both of these players just going for knights. Knights and Lancers, and Knights and Lancers, and Knights and Lancers. But with the amount of gold we're seeing here from Mr. China, are we seeing an Imperial before the Sacred Site timer starts kicking?
Ooh, hitting Imperial and capturing the sacred sites?
The Warrior Monk has something to say about that, unfortunately.
He says no.
Not today.
With an army to back him up too, so it's not like he's just saying no alone.
No, he's saying no with meaning. The problem is these Lancers are quite low, and the Knights are full HP. So a few of these could easily get picked off. But now we see a nest of bees in the queue as well, and the army is starting to, I would say, diversify. But this is like if you are the one white kid in your class. It's still not necessarily a diverse army set that you have. So these guys are looking to switch things up, but I don't know if Puppypaw knows what he wants to do next. Rus, however, is still in the night production and going to Imperial as well.
Ooh, okay. Yes. Yeah, this is the first time it seems like Puppypaw has been kind of like, you know. But that's not to say he's also still got sacred sites. You know, he's still got a plan. He still knows what he's doing, obviously. But
and Puppypaw's dead even though. And I want you to notice that I missed this completely, but he went for a second TC to stay up to date with the economy.
I also missed that.
That is the only reason he's able to stay this close as well.
This is watching these Lancers chase down these Knights is so great.
And as I'm enjoying myself, my keyboard disconnects, so I can't press the follow button, guys. So you're gonna get budget mouse whamming. Please enjoy. This is top tier production quality. I hope you guys enjoy.
CsOH returning to safety though was quite a nice move. Sacred sites were recaptured by Puppypaw, not wasting a single moment. Oh, and then of course. CsOH also not wasting a single moment. The knight decapping in the middle. Oh man, I love to see it.
I know, they're just constantly making sure that this plays every single place they go. And that's the thing when you're at this level, you just keep your opponent on your toes. There's never a moment of downtime. The thing is, I'm a little bit surprised about how these walls have stopped them. Usually, when you are playing at this high level, there's always something in your backline, but these walls have really kept them in check. We now see the Nest of Bees finally getting its first diversity shot off. So, I really hope that this is going to be a massive fight, but honestly, it looks pretty even.
It
Although
does.
the Knights are doing better.
Yeah, they are.
The Knights are beating the Lancers.
The Knights are saying no, man. Going straight for that Nest of Bees. It's going to survive, though. Can they get a couple more sweet shots?
I don't think so. And the Barbican is here to help the fire, but I don't think he's got enough fire for what he needs to do.
No, CSO is coming in absolutely hot, and those Knights just trampled those Lancers, and of course that Nest of Bees going straight for that wood line. Now CSO causing the idle time.
And yes, he did get the Imperial Age, but this Imperial Age, it doesn't have rockets. It does have hellfire from the gods, but it doesn't have enough. And yes, it will be able to keep these Knights at bay for a little while, but they can just reroute and go for the farms from a different area. So he got that Imperial, but he just didn't think this one through too well with that engagement as well. He needed to pull back and not take that one fight as he's just spent 3,600 resources aging up. These
I
Knights
think
are just gonna
CSO
clean up.
might read that too. He looks like he's moving across with even more units.
Ah, he
Or
knows.
Ooh, no, those are
villies.
villagers. Okay. Got map control. Let's get resource control too. May as well.
Oh, that's poor Nest of Bees. He's trying to get some damage done, but if those Knights decide to turn on him, that's just a dead boy.
Yeah, that's a dead boy for sure. Those poor Nest of Bees so exposed, but luckily the Knights turned back in fear.
In fear of the bee.
And fear of the bee. Fear of the bee.
Oh, and
Oh, never mind. They go back. Oh.
But this
CSO's
is-
like, no.
They want to go back to Daddy Bee, and Daddy Bee is shooting really, really heavily, but the villager repairing Baby Bee is just not doing enough.
Baby,
of a good job.
no, baby.
Baby Bee. Baby Bee.
Rip.
Daddy Bee firing down in anger. Another one of his children almost going down, and Puppypaw right now is in shambles because not just that happened, but I don't have the split screen. And as we can see, Rus is snacking right now.
Getting them Knights causing those, at least those farms idle time. There are some other farms that are still going, but having those Knights there is never a good feeling when they're next to your farm, your farmers. Getting rid of those is pretty essential.
And all of these idle villages as well, they just add up, and this is going to be so difficult to deal. The thing is, we're getting a Spasskaya, and Spasskaya in the middle of the map. You might think, oh, this is in the middle of the map. He's just going to get control here. But Puppypaw is out of gold. Well, I say out of gold. I didn't see this gold. But never mind, Puppypaw is almost out of gold in his base. But this just gives a little bit of control here, so he will be able to contest on the side a little bit better. The fact that it's also on the side of the farms means that he's easily going to rotate and pull his units back past the Spasskaya. So Puppypaw will need to rotate onto this side of the map. More Knights in queue.
I think that Spasskaya, does it cover, just about cover both sacred sides? I mean, obviously not all the way to the sacred side, but it's a good little rally point for units or possible forward production as well, which is fantastic. Puppypaw does have some gold to the south, though.
He's got a little bit here, he's got a little bit here, but this bad boy, I feel like if CSO goes and he puts a key bomb there as well, this is going to define the late game for us, because then he gets control of two big gold veins. Now, Puppypaw is trying his best to stay in this, but I think this is one of those weird positions where he needs to find a way to respond to all these Knights. I just don't think there's an answer to these, because he's not able to get a way to defend these farms. There's no stone for him to directly access, except if he moves outside his little wall to wall up, but he's just not sure how to deal with this. But the Knights are being cancelled. Oh, no, never mind. There's just more Lancers. Both of these players just believing in the horses. And that's
I
what
love
they're
how
gonna do.
action-packed they've kept it, though, with those Knights. absolutely fun and delightful to watch, especially when they start doing stuff like this, going through your wall. This is not something you want to see as a player, but definitely something very fun to see as an observer. And those going right for the farmers. The gold choppers over there managed to get out to safety, of course.
The
Luckily,
gold
that's
choppers got
gatehouse.
they got out of safety, but the stealth forest may have saved them. So he sees there's nothing on the gold. The villagers might just turn back and go back onto the gold. He doesn't realize that there's a whole chunky amount of villagers that he could have been snacking on.
Not yet. It would be very, very fun to see. Okay, I don't like seeing villagers die, but it's fun to see raids. I wonder that. Oh no!
He needs to split those up if he wants to get the kills, and
Oof.
he realizes there's a wall between the. Oh, but the
that
Beast
nice
does
little
something.
flank. That.
Oh, the Nested Bees are going to be in so much danger. Both of these have elite upgrades. So these are Imperial against Imperial, but the supply does not lie. And we see that the Lancers are just not going to be able to contest these. There's so many more. And the Lancers are just not doing the work they need to do.
And behind this, of course, he's got all the sacred sites, map control, more units. It's looking grim.
And the bees spring on just firing down on the nest of bees, he calls it. Puppypaw finally losing one game against CsO. Now, the real question is, can CsO keep this up? And can my computer go through a whole game without crashing? Well, the answer is yes. So let's see.
Find out next match.
Well, what was this game I see in Twitch chat? Well, Puppypaw versus CsO, Puppypaw Pro Scouts. Diversifying, you know? That's basically what we saw happening there. Diversity. Lots of diversity. Yeah, diversity. So, I do see that we have another interesting matchup coming out. Guys, we have Byzantines versus JD. Now, Byzantines has been seen as one of these civilizations that is absolutely destructive, that can conquer anything. But JD, in the hands of people like Kiliardi, has shown us that there's actually a chance at taking them down with something like JD. So, will we be seeing another JD victory, or will we be seeing a Byzantines clean game?
That is actually a very good question. This matchup's and I always love going against Joan d'Arc. You know, obviously keeping Joan d'Arc, leveling her up, and microing her well is very, very important, because if she's constantly getting clapped, your army's pretty weak. But I do very much love this matchup specifically, because you'd think that it'd be favored in the busies.
Yeah, you would. And I think I feel like this matchup can go either way. Jeanne d'Arc is probably one of the civs that has most answers to what we usually see from Byzantines. But I don't think it has all the answers. So with Puppypaw getting a civ like Byzantines, I'm very worried for CsO. Now guys, keep in mind this tournament had no bans. It was purely you pick your civs. So, no mirrors, everybody gets to pick a civ, they have a turn, and the map pool is very diverse. It is Dry Arabia. Guys, we're playing on Dry Arabia again. And...
What?
I don't know, man. I keep allowing this map. So, now what what is happening? Puppypaw?
Got some immediate
Was ist
berry
das?
boys.
Was ist
I would
das?
think he wants to get those mercenaries out real soon, real quick.
But it's not just the mercenaries, it's the wheelbarrow.
Oh, shoot, I did not see that. Wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
Oh, wow.
And no, sheep completely ignored. We don't care about the sheep. And this is so interesting, because now we're playing against a civ that doesn't need any sheep. But his main goal of getting sheep here is to deny them from Jeanne d'Arc. Because the less sheep Jeanne has, the less knights you'll have in your base. So this is telling me we're going to be seeing some horsies from Puppypaw. Puppypaw is serving something that I don't think CsO knows how to digest. This is my celiac disease to gluten. And I think this might just work for Puppypaw. but it is so, so risky.
I think that's why it might work, is because it's so risky. I mean, CSO may know what he's doing at his high-level play, but he also might be just guessing, because Puppypaw's been keeping us all guessing, so I can't imagine he hasn't been keeping CSO guessing as well. And yes, this is certainly interesting gameplay.
Now, the one thing that I want to point out to you guys as well is the fact that if this was French, if he was playing against French, I don't think this is something that would work, because French just has a much quicker age up, as you age up usually, with 4 villagers, 4 or 5. But when you're playing against Jeanne d'Arc, you want to get her this experience. So most people age up with her and want to help her. So she is still going to age up very, very slowly compared to a usual French. And that will allow him to get that Hippodrome out at a little bit later than Jeanne gets her knight out. So definitely something to note here, because this is not a very standard matchup that we can explain to most people until you see it happening in action. And now we have exactly that.
Yeah, just like you said, it could just go so many different ways. So you know that this is. I'm glad this is this was a game of the series, because this one's going to be, especially if it gets to castle, it's going to be just absolutely action-packed. Although it's looking like some feudal action's going to happen too, which is, I'm always down for that. We're always down for that.
And we can see from the sheep count that we have 14 on the one side. Let's check the other one. And we have 12 on the other side. So the sheep hasn't made it back to the base yet. So I'm assuming that's why we're slowly starting to look at the berries. But I say we're slowly starting to look at the berries, but I was wrong. I am completely wrong. Last game, CSO saw Puppypaw go for professional scouts, and he was like, "Sir, you inspire me. Instead of going for a knight, I shall be going for the deer." And this man is going to be snacking and stacking the deer. He wants to get them into base, he wants to get them there safely, and he wants to pump out a lot of units.
He's also moving directly across. I think he's going to go straight for Puppypaw's hunting. Oh no. Taking it from him immediately.
I wonder why. It's not like Puppypaw is going out for the deer anytime soon. He's Byzantines. I think this is something that would have worked a lot against the Civ that does require this as a food source. But
yeah,
that's a risky play.
It is, and it does, and it also doesn't get, now we can't get as many knights because of the gold. What was it? I've already forgotten. It's 270 gold for the professional scouts. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But he does have Jeanne, so.
Yeah, the lady at arms is ready for a fight, though. So when a man has Jeanne, what else does he need in his life? I know a man who would definitely agree with that.
I was gonna say, I can't think of anything.
Now, the
Jeanne
berries...
goes straight for that wood node?
Yeah, Jeanne is looking for some action. She goes straight for the gold.
Oh, no, okay.
But with the berries being depleted here, we can see the berries didn't really get you the resources you needed for a lot of mercenaries. However, we see the Keshiks coming out as the first time on a mercenary contract in this tournament. So Keshiks finally going to see the light of day, and I'm excited for it. Now, the reason we see the Keshik out with the Hippodrome is because the Keshik also benefits from the Hippodrome's bonuses. So now this is going to be a very, very scary horse army against questionable knight army, because we had professional scouts.
Yeah, not to mention Keshiks get that, I don't know if they get it in field, but they get that heal when they do damage too, so that's just even more messed up.
Yeah,
First engagement.
Not really getting anything done from either side, but keep in mind, French knights or Jeanne knights take a while to get the ability to heal up. But these guys, they do have that Hippodrome, and the Hippodrome has tickets. So once you have those supply points available, when they start to take a fight, you just activate the tickets, and you will be able to heal your boys up while you're fighting these other guys too.
Yes, and if you go Assistant of the First Tail, you can do even more, but I mean, I seldom see that one. I would love to see it.
Assistant of the
A
First
couple
Tail?
of Keshiks in that one as well.
Wait,
Yes.
what bonus does it give?
It's the one that heals you.
Oh my goodness. I can
Or
see how
heals
that can
individual units, I
snowball.
should say.
I need that.
Yeah.
We need to see that today. But behind all of
Lemon's gonna make
this,
it popular. Double TC, nice.
and this
That
is
is a lot of horsemen, though.
This is something I remember someone telling me. If you go double TC against Jean, you die. Oh, not against Jean, against Byzantines, you die. Because by the time your second TC comes up, they already have an army and they're going to punish you. So, this is going to be a really tough one for Jean to keep alive. So, I don't think he's going to stay alive, not with this amount of horses. We do see the eco upgrades being prioritized here, but I do expect to see a blacksmith or two with the upgrades if he wants to dive this. But he doesn't need to. He has the time.
Yeah, he
And
does.
guys-
And of course, like you pointed out, he's got that. Go ahead, sorry.
Now, I wanted to say thank you for the subs. Toonbach, thank you very much for all the gifted subs. Appreciate it, good sir. Go ahead, Drow.
Chads everywhere. What was I saying?
That's okay. It happens
forgot.
to me. I'm sorry. This is what happens if the woman interrupts you the whole time. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, my memories are terrible. My
And
memories are
Winston
horrible.
Waffles. Sorry, I had to interrupt you again because again we got a
Yeah,
bunch
please
of
do, please
gifted
do.
subs. Guys, thank you so much. Now, this to me looks like a lot of idle time. How are we feeling about the chances of defending this?
I'm not liking it. Only because, well, actually, you know what? It might be all right. Because he's coming out with a couple of barracks. You know he's going to pump up the spearmen. And as soon as he does, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, this is
Whether or
one
not
of-
these horsemen will get damaged, though, you know, that's a different topic.
He needs to pump out a lot of units because he doesn't have any more gold. But the thing is, even if he does pump out a lot of spearmen, I want you to notice the resources right now. Puppypaw is slowly going up. He's actually very quickly going up to castle, as we can see with the villages split from here. The oil is also looking chunky because he's able to go onto the berries again. The knights are going to go across the base to make sure that they can try to find some damage. But look at these guys just snacking on a little bit of deer.
Get them deers.
And Albub, thank you very much for the 5 gifted as well, guys. I appreciate it. Again, every single sub that comes in goes back into tournaments, so we appreciate every bit of support. But now, Jean is ready to snack on a few villages.
Oh, castle coming up from the busies, and that busy endless army. Oh, it's getting delayed. But as soon as that goes up, that's going to be one endless busy army.
The Byzantines army just is able to pump out. That's going to offset that little bit of the lack of villages that we see here from Byzantines compared to Jean with the second TC. So with that second TC, we're just able to stay on top. And again, Junbach with the 5 gifted. Hot damn, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. And the pros will appreciate it as they will have more tournaments. I say thank you on their behalf as well. But look at these horses coming for a fight. The Golden Horn Tower is about to kick in, and you don't want to take a fight while you're aging up. But when it looks like this, you 100% want to.
The Berry Boys. Now, of course, coming with castle as well with the busies, they'll be able to get that mangonel emplacement, which is just so good. Making their base a lot more defensible and not raidable. Unraidable.
Unraidable, yeah, for sure. Though that means that you have this delay the moment you age up. You just want to make sure that you're calm, collected, get your upgrades, and then push. But now we see that second tower onto the berries, and that's probably going to be a little upgrade we see soon enough. But now we see alarms going off on every side of the map.
Oh, man.
They're happening here. They're happening everywhere. So the raids are happening. The horses are out of position. We did see the Keshiks being upgraded just now. So this is slowly going to become a very dangerous game for Jean. Because now you can see the resources already. But this means that those knight numbers are not going to be increasing. And they already don't look too good.
Yeah, those knights are not looking good at all. Jean sticking with the spearmen, defending town. They're also getting... CSO's also getting that wall up too, which is quite... Well, at least help than like prevent the raids. Help a little bit. Ooh, oh my gosh, that micro was sick.
Oh, and
That
Jean...
army. Ooh. Uh-oh, and the ability activated.
at this point, she is snacking on a little bit of experience, but this is very dangerous for her. The problem is, these horses do have healing abilities because it's the Hippodrome. Jean's dead. The villagers are stopped from aging up.
Oh,
Everything
no.
is in shambles right now. They could cancel this age up. Oh, never mind. They just want kills. They just want to see the villagers die. And he gets his kills. We see 8 villagers go down in total this game. But now the villagers should be able to continue this age up. But the problem is, the moment the Royal Institute is up, you need to get upgrades. And yes, you do have the gold for one of them. But for how long? These guys are about to sit on top of you in no time.
The Byzantine players is getting a little bit of gold collected as well, whether that be for upgrades or units, we shall see. But these horsemen in Teal's base is gonna.
It wasn't for either. It was for Jean. He called Jean to join the fight again. He spent that gold he would have been spending at the Royal Institute, and he got the woman at arms back, trying to get that little bit of defense if the attack is coming on him. But if Puppypaw doesn't attack, that's just a waste of a Jean right now. Oh, a waste of 350 gold. But she's back. She's back. And she wants experience.
And she's ready for some revenge.
But is she going to be able to get revenge? We do see chivalry coming out now, which is usually gotten as an upgrade to raids. We do expect to see royal bloodlines instead in a situation like this, but you don't want to get royal bloodlines if you only have 6 horses. So I feel like this number needs to increase very quickly.
Oh, yes. However, Puppypaw is doing a fantastic job denying the resources out from a CSO's base. He was covering the boar for a little bit, now he's covering the hunting to the west. So, seeing how long CSO can hang on in this situation, especially as Jean, is going to be a tricky one.
And we do see those deer were eventually gathered by Mr. Puppypaw here. And some of those deer were stolen. So CSO did what he needed to do. He did get some value out of it. But I must point out, guys, I have not seen one of these units in about 6 months. And I think that's what we call a smooth horsey. That is a cataphract. Ladies and gentlemen, the first cataphract of the season. By Puppypaw.
That's the unicorn of AoE 4 right there.
Just as rare as well, yeah. And thank you again for another 5 gifted. Saltese guy, appreciate it. And Albub with all the bits, I see them popping in. I appreciate it again. Guys, thank you so much for the support of these events. And the villagers are about to die!
Oh, man.
Revenge. Oh,
By the way,
revenge of the one.
I do see that there's a relic for Byzantines, one also incoming, which is going to be super cool. He is placing them in the monastery, though, to get that gold.
You know, we have a few people divided on what is better, the gold or the, you know, the other, wait, now I forgot it, the winery. But, you know, what answers that question the best is the fact that he doesn't have the Grand Winery and he only has one choice. So, what is the best choice in this scenario? Definitely the monastery.
Tower.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. A tower.
Could you imagine? Man.
Now, the knights are able to, you know, keep him busy. But now we do see another TC from Mr. Puppypaw as well. So aside from getting the olive oil, aside from just getting the golden horn passive units from the tower, he's getting that second TC to keep up with that second TC from Jean d'Arc. Now, both of these players are still in this game. I think that what we're seeing from Byzantines definitely at an advantage, a strong advantage. We have a little bit of eco set up already for the transition, while the same is happening on Jean's side, but I feel like with Byzantines getting that double resource from farms, it is just so much more valuable. And now 2 relics in the bank as well.
Yeah, having the Byzantine farms be slightly more effective than Jean's farms is quite nice. And the map presence that Puppypaw has been maintaining this entire game is definitely lethal as well. Not being able to move out to get food is no bueno. Does look like CSO, though, is looking to move out on that northeast side, for that boar, maybe.
This is an interesting situation for them, because both of these players are scared to go out of the base because they know both of them have a very mobile army. We now also see Ghulams. Now, what makes Ghulams so disgusting is that they can produce, you know, the most disgusting units in the field, a mangonel. So Ghulams are not just great men-at-arms. They're also mangonel-making men-at-arms. And this is so good for something like Byzantines. But, oh no, just like that, the Jeanne d'Arc greedy villagers were caught out. Just farming away at the tree line over here.
And they were just living their happy life over in Forest Town. Just got interrupted by Keshiks and one cataphract. I do feel bad for those villagers, even though they were way out of bounds.
They overstepped. They overstepped. But we don't believe death is the answer here.
No.
No. Okay, at least we agree on that. That's good.
Yeah.
We'll take away that permaban.
There's one. You get the other one.
Oh, you'll redeem yourself. There's still this game and maybe another. Who knows? But what it looks like right now is Puppypaw is in a very unique position of just being able to start the pace of the game in his favor. He's at 61 army right now. And yes, Jeanne d'Arc is getting siege built into this as well. We see 2 mangonels on the field. But they're very vulnerable against these units. We have crossbows, we have Ghulams, and more Keshiks coming along the way.
And like you pointed out earlier, those Ghulams have just struck the Springald right there on site. So obviously moving forward is not even that big of a deal.
The thing is, they could be caught off guard. The thing is, Ghulams are very tanky as well. But imagine a mangonel shot on those crossbows. It misses. It might not miss forever. And another one coming in. But is Puppypaw fast enough? I think so.
Oh my gosh, that's sweet. Oh man, okay. Whoa, that one. Good shot. Very good shot.
They do take a lot of damage, but I feel like Puppypaw just split his units well enough to come out ahead here. We see 56. Oh, those mangonel shots are deadly.
Oh man.
But the reinforcements are coming.
Oh yeah, and those they probably won't stop. Ghulam are now taking down the mangonel. As soon as those mangonels go down,
That was
GG's.
That was interesting. I mean, that was a death and a half.